Who's ready for some delicious Caribbean food? I went to Paseo in downtown, baby, right by the stadiums on First Avenue. This is known in Seattle, all right? Paseo is a name people know, and also, this location is literally a 3-minute walk to the stadiums. So if you're going to a game, you literally should come here instead of just getting a hot dog. Anyway, I got the maduros, which are plantains, that's plantains, and of course I had to try the famous Caribbean roast rated best sandwich in America. They let your boy in the kitchen. They wanted to show me how they did it all, so I'm watching the guy wrap things. This is how he assembles it all at the end. It's like a station, but you see how high they pile on that pulled pork? And then there's a guy who's just sauteing onions. Those are just 2 pans of onions. I'm like, can I swim in that? And then they kicked me out of the kitchen. So this is the outside. Look at how nice it is. It's a beautiful outdoor seating area. We got more fans on the way to a game. So I come back in, and these are my plátanos. I keep calling, they're plantains, but in my family, we've always called them plátanos. And that is a sweet cream sugar sauce. It is like so good. This was honestly, the best plantains I've ever had in my life. Look at how fluffy and tender the middle looks. It was hot and steamy, so I actually had to take a break. But look, it looks like a magazine. Look at how yellow and perfect and plump and juicy. And okay, pause a little bit there. But look, I was amazed. It was just so soft. Very, very impressed. Then we move on to the famous sandwich. And I'm gonna admit it is very messy. It is watery and juices everywhere, but it is a beautiful thing. Look at that. The smell is fantastic. They've absolutely perfected this. We start with the first half. All right, get in there, Jose. Immediately flavor. Just layers of flavor. Look at that pork, and whoops. I always spill stuff and knock stuff over, if you've seen my other videos. Anyway, then I just start picking at the onions because I love onions, and these are perfectly caramelized. You see how golden those were? Then they have these little jalapenos, not too spicy. Like you barely have a subtle hint of jalapeno flavor, but it's still a fresh spice. You know what I mean? It's not like a sauce. Then I'm just eating the pork like a salad at this point. It is all fallen out. Like I said, this is a very messy experience, so don't expect, you want to be careful, get a lot of napkins. But look, I highly recommend just using forks. You get the lettuce, you get the jalapenos and the pork shoulder and all that good stuff. Then it was trying to try the second half of the sandwich. Just as good. I mean, consistent, guys. It is just melty. It is sweet from that pork and the marinade they use, and the onions have a sweetness. All of it just balances. Even the bread has a very, very, very nice texture to it. Finish it up with some of those perfect plantains. You gotta get these when you come here. Even like for a snack, I may just drive by here one day. Look, I can't get enough. Look how perfect that is. Look how perfect that is. Chef's kiss, baby. So on my way out, by the way, look at this, by the way, golden hour, beautiful in Seattle. They're playing awesome, fun music. Okay, so the vibes are great. And then I found, look at this. I was like, what is this? On the way out, they have a whole tiki bar. All right, I usually don't finish the videos like this, but that was amazing. All right, if you are going to any game, the Mariners, the Seahawks game, the Sounders match, the stadium's right there. Look, they're both right there. It's literally just a few minutes of a walk. I'm looking at the people walking to games to the stadium right now. Also, I'm talking to the owner, and they cater, right? So if you guys want to have a party with amazing Caribbean food, I highly, highly recommend Paseo. They have multiple locations too. Check them out, and especially before this big Mariners playoff run.